Pitbull was right about not being complete. My neck wasn't complete. But I got that Cuban link to add on there now. It's complete. All I'm missing is that world title. Then I'm really complete.
Hey, I can tell you're not used to expensive jewelry. You need help putting that on?
Hey, Jeremy, will you guys scoot over to the left?
So AJ right here.
Where we at? Where we at?
How you doing, AJ? Good to see you again.
Damn paradise, likewise.
AJ, so I mean, obviously, look, in Bellator, your whole career been developed from the bottom, literally in the promotion. Now you're taking on a guy a lot of people think might be one of the best talents ever seen in the promotion. Can you just talk about this journey and how you're feeling going into this big fight?
Man, it's been a long time coming. 17 fights, like you said. He's been holding that belt since I first stepped in the cage. He's been the man that I've been after this entire time, this entire journey. So with him avoiding me, acting like he don't know who I am and so forth, it just kind of, it don't really add fuel to my fire, but it shows me that he fears me in a sense. He doesn't know what to expect. And that gives me even more of a reason to train hard, because any man is fighting off of fear. That's something to fear within itself. So that's been my main motivation, you know what I mean, is getting a world title from him. And seeing the selection, me being the #1 pick, and then obviously getting it to where it is now, him switching the brackets, doing all that just showed me, like, he wants somebody else to be able to do it. He told me when I fought Pat Curran, he's going to beat you. That shows me you're looking forward to someone else doing something that maybe either you don't know if you can do or you don't want to do, because it's too big of a challenge or a task that's at hand for him. So for me, man, it's just going out there and having fun and doing what I do best. Hey, can you give me my monster bracelet and the buzz down, please? Buzz down.
Can you talk a little bit about the emotions? You guys have gone back and forth for years. Sometimes he'll say something on social media. You're obviously always been very vocal about it. Is there, that genuine animosity with you and Pitbull, or is this really just all competitive?
For me, there's no animosity. I feel him being in his career and where he's at right now. Shout out to Newport Watch Club. Y'all see it. Man, they be busting your boy up. Wait till y'all see what I bust out for.
Icy.
Man, this next ice piece gonna be cold. But yeah, it's nothing personal with Pitbull. I think he took it personal as me being that young up-and-comer, just constantly badgering at his name, trying to get at him. And then he kind of realized, like, oh, maybe he does respect me, because I do respect him and the accolades that he's accomplished in his career. But at the end of the day, like I said, this is a game of chess, and he's a pawn that's in the way at the moment, so I got to remove him from the board. And, yeah, nothing but respect to him, man. Before he became champ, before Conor did it, these were all accolades and things we go 4 years back, and I said, I'm going to do it. So now it actually being here and me speaking it into fruition and being able to literally grasp everything in these next few split moments of a fight, it's here, man. Hard work's paid off, and it's time to go do what I do best.
This journey, you've gone from the beginning with your father. You said in interviews that, like, hey, I'm kind of his revenge against MMA. Can you talk about the significance of this fight, this moment for your family going into Saturday?
Well, first of all, being able to pay my father's house off that I purchased him, that being one key. Having a 3-year-old little brother, him having his own room now, to where me getting ready to go buy my own place, just things like that. The money is obviously a motivation to be able to change my family's life, but it's the legacy, man. It's him being a first-generation fighter. I'm sure all you guys know who A.J McKee is, just because you guys are true heart MMA core fans. You guys have followed the sport, media, and so forth for so many years. You know who he is. But if you're not talking outside of a normal UFC fan and just look off the hype, they don't know who A.J McKee is. And that's what Rampage did. Like, he said A.J McKee, he's like, coach, he said, your son will get revenge for you in this sport. My dad was 8 years undefeated. He went to the UFC, lost one fight, was cut. I honestly don't think he lost that fight. But here we are, about 10 years later, and look what we have here. One of the best fighters in the world. And once again, last name McKee. it's gonna go down as greatness. You know, you can't avoid us at the end of the day. The mindset, what he's put into me, what he has within himself, what we put in our offspring, my little brother, my other little brother. We just make sure that we push each other, you know, inside the gym, outside the gym, we just push each other. We push each other and we just grow together so we stay together, you know, and that's a big part. But like I said, man, there was no favors, you know what I mean? Me being a second generation fighter, I should have had the red carpet treatment, you know what I mean? Pull me out, fancy Fandango. I came in 15-15. I've proven myself this entire journey. So there's been no favors really, you know, this has been, the favor was working side by side with Mr. Coker and them breeding me and raising me up properly, you know, and they've done a great job promotion-wise with building me up and working side by side with my father. And I'm really grateful for that because here we are 17-0, 12 finishes, looking for the 18th with the 13th.
The final question for me, obviously Pitbull's been on a fantastic run. What's going to be different when you face him that we haven't seen in the last few?
With me or with?
With you and the way that you're going to approach the fight with him.
Well, he's never fought anyone undefeated.
Thank you.
Good
luck, AJ.
Thank you.
Next question.
Hey AJ, you just talking about your father. Is there an aspect to this then, like that you're trying to wanting to win this for him, not just for yourself, validating the McKee name and all those things?
Definitely. In our house, we have a mural wall. My my grandfather being a left-handed fighter, called him lefty boxer, and my father being a fighter. He has his world title, you know. So we've got a picture of him on the wall. My dad's got his world title, and then we got a hand-painted picture of myself, but there's no world title. So yeah, that's the first step, is becoming a world champion and continue the legacy of being a champion.
What's been the best advice that you've heard during this run where you're still undefeated? It's really easy for a young fighter to get ahead of himself, but you seem really level-headed heading into this fight right now. What's been the best advice you've heard from somebody?
I say my father, man, remove your emotions, do what's right. At the end of the day, it's a father-son relationship. It has its ups and downs. You know, we butt heads. I don't agree with some of the things he says sometimes. But at the end of the day, I got to remove my emotions and look at it for what it is, you know. Especially early on in my career, man. Seeing the way it was going, I was getting fixated. Why am I not being, you know, just always constant. He's like, man, don't worry about that. Like, this is your plan. God's got you. You taken care of. Just keep doing you. And then me getting bored, man. Finishing people 6, 7, 8 fights in a row in the first round. I got bored. I'm like, man, fuck it. My career's going like yours. They don't respect me. Screw it. I don't care. But then it's like you continue to win, and then you reach new plateaus. You start to grow mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. And that's just something he's always kind of keyed me in on, is staying focused. You know what I mean? Focus yourself mentally and physically, and the sky's the limit, man. The mind is very powerful.
What tattoo you have on both biceps?
I'm actually about to get both of these redone. But one is, may your faith be greater than your fear, and without pain we wouldn't know joy. So, yeah.
You embrace the pain.
You gotta embrace the pain, man. Pain is your friend. It lets you know you're still alive. I grew up on that. My dad trapped me with my arms behind my back since I was a kid. I wake up cold sweat. Dad, let go. Like, nah, bro, you gotta tame that beast. If you can't control that beast, man, we in LA. You get laid down real quick out here running your mouth or doing the wrong thing, you know what I mean? I got robbed from my phone one time. Me being a tough guy, I'm thinking I'm about to smack this dude with my skateboard. Little I know, he pulled that shirt up, I saw a gun. The whole situation changed real quick, you know what I mean? You can have the phone, my life's not worth the phone. So it's just certain situations, stuff like that, you know what I mean? You gotta be able to control that beast inside, and that's what we try to teach all the guys in the gym, you know? We put ourselves in situations to where you break, you know what I mean? You saw how we train. I got somebody switching on me every couple minutes. Why? Because I continue to plateau, continue to reach new limits, and that's just how we get better, you know? And in our gym, you'll never be the best, because we'll figure out how to break you down.
Tell me about the two guys you were training with right now.
Reese, Kyrie, well, Jalen Bates, he been here for about 2 weeks. He's been going through hell. That's been my partner for a couple of weeks, but hey, it reminds me of a mini me, man, and that's why he's here. You know, that's why we put him up here. He'll be a 135-pound champ real soon. Hopefully we get $1 million tournament for him within the next year. Get some money going for him. Kyrie's Archer, he came from Flint. What part? Man, Michigan. Kalamazoo. Hey, that speaks for itself, you know what I'm saying? He comes from rough. He came out here and he just, at first he really didn't fit in, you know? We didn't think he was going to make it. A lot of guys on the team, and he's not one of us. Send him back, man. We turn nobody down, man. Doors are always open. We give everybody an opportunity to grow. And, man, he's done tremendous growing, you know? We go eat five-star restaurants now. I'd be embarrassed to take him to five-star restaurant when we first got out here. But now, like, we go dine and have legit restaurants and stuff, you know what I mean? He's just changing, evolving as a person inside and outside of the gym. As a fighter, too, man, he used to go in there and just fold in the first round. Quit. I'm like, why are you quitting, Reese? Now, man, he's pushing through 3-5s, you know what I mean? Like, as a champ, you know? He's went to the drawing board and he's kind of just continued to plateau and reach new growth spurts in his life, man. And that's what Body Shop's all about, you know? Growing and showing.
Other questions? Mike?
What's up, AJ? So when I was breaking down this fight, I was saying this feels like that Conor McGregor, Jose Aldo type fight. The promotion brought you up right. The fans are on your side. You are on fire. Do you like that comparison? Do you feel that?
I love it. I said that about 2.5 years ago as well. So I love that comparison. But the difference is it's something different, man. Conor, money changed him, and he had already lost previous to that. Like I said, I'm undefeated. I got a different mindset. For me, it's kill or be killed in there. And, yeah, that's how it's going to go. I'm going to go out there, fight smart, fight hard, and bring home that world title. LA, baby.
Yo.
You and Pitbull are two of the best fighters in the world. What's the difference between the two of you?
I'm undefeated.
In that cage, the styles are so different. You're tall, he's short, he's super powerful puncher. You're the most dynamic guy in Bellator. How do you see this matchup for you? Do you like the way you guys match up, style-wise, body-wise, everything else, where you're at in your career?
Definitely. Anybody knows fighting long people is a problem. He's a master of range, though. Obviously, him having shorter arms, it's not a flaw for him. He's figured out how to fight and read footwork to be able to create openings, moving forward, moving backwards, catching guys coming forward. Alongside, he has tremendous power. So this is where his one-hitter quitters come in. And this is something to be aware of, you know? Just as he's mastered footwork, so have I. But I have range, I have speed, I have power. So for me, it's just going out there and doing what I do best, put on a show, man. Like I said, he's had an opportunity in ways out of fights before. He's taken them. I've had those. I'm not going to take them. You know, I'm going to fight until the end. I'm going to fight until it's kill or be killed, like a Spartan. Go out on your shield.
I was at the press conference when you were fighting Pat Curran. Pitbull was fighting Michael Chandler. Pitbull was talking about you more than he was talking about Chandler back then. Are you in this guy's head?
I don't know. I've been calling his name for quite some time. I definitely think I'm in his head. Not really. I don't really care. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, we can both talk and say whatever we want to say. But until we get in that cage, those doors close, we're going to see what happens as soon as that door closes and that bell dings. And that's what I'm really looking forward to. Because all the talking and all that, it's all fun and games. It's for the cameras. It's for the promotion. It's to build the hype. But when that door closes, the true warriors come out.
We touched on this a little bit earlier, but you're your hometown, man. You're in LA, you know, he's flying all the way from Brazil. In other sports, in football and other sports, basketball, baseball, it is a real advantage. You can see that play out. Home teams win more. Do you feel that? Are you going to have an advantage because you're home?
I wouldn't say I feel it. In all honesty, I prefer to fight with no crowd. It makes it how much more you want it, you know what I mean? It makes it 10 times more technical. You can hear what his corner's saying. You can hear what my corner's saying with no crowd. There's no crowd to cheer you on, no crowd to boo. You know, it's really about how much you want it, how hard you want it. So having my friends, my family, and everybody here in the arena, it's great. It's going to be phenomenal to win the world title and have everyone here to be able to like just embrace that moment with me. But at the end of the day, like I said, I got to go out there and fight smart. I can't. I remember, like we said in that Pat Curran fight, I fought smart, but there was one time the crowd started booing, and I'm like, I want to go get it. Why? Because I got a gas tank out of this world, and I know I have that inside of me to go get it. So it's just staying calm and making sure, you don't get pumped up by the crowd, and you stay in here and cross your T's and your I's. I like stuff bold.
Last one for me. Big fight, bro. A lot of people betting on this fight. Give a shout out to the people betting on this fight. What should they be doing?
Man, shout out to the bettors and shout out to a finish, baby. That's what it is, He's a killer. I'm a killer. Killer be killed. And the best man win.
Anybody have questions? Please raise your hand.
Sorry. Was there a point in your training or in a victory or whatever that you thought, you know what, I am the best in the world now? Because I know you couldn't 2-0. You probably weren't thinking you're the best in the world, but what point you were?
Oh yeah.
Okay, then what day? How far into your training, your career, did you go? I'm the best.
Man, honestly, since my very first fight, I've always had something to prove. I wanted to come in and make a statement. And I feel like that's where I came into just showing up and showing out. That was always a big part. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wins all in the first round. It was about making a statement. Then coming along, I would say after my first main event, I don't know, I'm still kind of realizing how good I am. And my dad constantly tells me, dude, you don't even know how good you are. But I would say in the past 2 years, man, a lot has clicked. Being able to help the teammates, coaching them, and just seeing different openings in and out of the sport in the gym. It's been surreal to be able to not only alter myself, but help other guys. And that's kind of where I would say I've realized, all right, dude, you are on a different level. There's a lot of people out there, but you're undefeated. There's a reason you're undefeated, Something's working. When you weren't supposed to win, you still won. When you didn't train for a fight and you fought that fight on a week notice, you fought with a broke hand, there's a reason I won. And I just feel like I'm destined for greatness, man. And, man, being an April 7th baby, diamond's my birthstone. I'm a diamond, and we handle pressure great, man. And this pressure I'm now embracing. And I feel like learning from the GOATs, man, Michael Jordan, Muhammad Ali, Kobe Bryant, they deal great under pressure. And like you said, Kobe Bryant, he does better in the last 25 seconds taking that three than he does in the first 25 seconds. I'm the same way, man. It's just we thrive off that adrenaline, being able to surpass and just level up from the adversity. And man, when adversity is in my face, I look at it in its eyes and I smile.
And you mentioned briefly earlier about the money. There were comparisons to Conor McGregor versus Jose Aldo, and how the money changed Conor. If you win next Saturday, you get a big ass check. How do you know the money isn't going to change you, or maybe it will change you for a positive?
Man, because first of all, I love my teeth too much to go get veneers. So him playing with his teeth in all the interviews, he's so comfortable that he's uncomfortable, if that makes sense. I'm just looking for contentment, to be comfortable. Same thing with Anderson Silva. He was comfortable. He was so comfortable. He was bored in there. Man, my check's already spent. I'm gonna pay off the house, go buy another one. So for me, the $100 million man, the Floyd Money of MMA, the money man of MMA, that's my goal, I want to be able to take my whole crew out. We go party. They all drink. I don't even drink. And I run home. Hey, you writing $100 million checks? You fucking right. Man. So that's where I've kind of fixated myself to be that man. You know what I mean? Not him as a person, essentially, because I don't know him personally like that. But one thing we cannot deny is his work capability and how he works. And man, that's why I said I'd love to fight him. Share that moment. His greatness versus me being my greatness in his sport and my sport. It's not about me trying to beat him. It's being able to share that moment with another great in his sport and being able to bring the recognition to my sport.